Guys, Anthony 4B4Diesel with another red hot important message, especially for the vegan. Well, this is for anyone, because if you don't listen properly, you make mistakes, because sometimes the information varies from one engine to another. This is the 1KZ engine, so 1KZT, right? Whatever, have a look at it. You know which engine it is, you can see it. Now, we've been saying for, I don't know, decades, or I can't say decades yet, not that long, about 10 years, whatever. We've known clearly that you need to get these glow plugs out, okay? Now, if you haven't been listening, it's probably too late. So it might not be wise to do it yourself. You might be better off to come to some professionals like this, our 4B4Diesel workshop partner in Sunshine. If you're in Victoria, you can go and see, we've got some people that are really good in Sydney. We've got Greg over in Perth. You know, it's hard to find good people. I only recommend the best of the best. So if you think Wazzy only got a few, I'm not going to put my reputation to anyone else. My point is, so here it is. Can you remind me how many Ks on this one, roughly, ballpark? I can't remember. I can see the timing belt, yeah. 220, so it's only 220K, right? There it is, timing belt just done, right? It's only 220K. So it's also aged, but these glow plugs would have never been out, and we're going to go to the bench and show you the results of what they are, but not before we have a quick look at the little piece, because we've got the camera here. Bit of a shadow there. Look at the little crack as well. You can see the little crack. So, look, you know, the maintenance has just got to be done right. So we're just trying to show you there is a piece of the glow plug. It is very difficult to see. It's very small and it's very awkward to find. But look, at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about the cracks. There's no point getting into an engine and rebuilding an engine before there's a major failure. That could stay like that a long time. Let's talk about the glow plugs though, because this end of it could be prevention, and this is what causes engine failure in these 1KZs. Can someone shut those birds up? Thanks, that's heaps better. Okay, so see these glow plugs here, right? You can see they're marked 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter which one's which, but this is what happens. This is what kills 1KZ engines. I've never seen an engine failure in a 1KZ for any other reason than this, and this does kill engines. Now, I shouldn't say that, actually, that's wrong. Lack of oil changes, it also wears out the engine. There's quite a lot of soot build up in the engine oil. That's why the recommendation is every 5,000 Ks, so don't miss that important part in your service book or our videos either. And I just recommend that on any motor vehicle, oil every 5,000. Unless you're doing 5,000 Ks every couple of weeks, then I probably wouldn't worry about it. But if you're doing 5,000 Ks and it's taken months and you've got to do an oil change every 2 or 3 months, so be it. That's what I do. Anyway, you can see this one here and this one. They've obviously been broken off for some time, and he's got lucky. Couple of things that can happen. It can just blow straight out an open valve and happy days, but it could also get crushed into the piston, can create hot spots. But there's a lot of engines go like this for a very long time, and sometimes it's not until that, you know, big end failure sort of thing, which is what happens from the lack of oil changes, but that is less common, because most people do the right maintenance and they're not up to the kilometers yet where they're going to fail. This is the thing, it's usually the 400,000 K mark, more or less. And a lot of the 1KZs aren't there yet. They're like this one at 200,000 Ks. They're at 250, they're at 300, they're at 350. If they haven't had the services, beware. Because some people say, I'm glad I've still got the 1KZ. Well, guess what, mate? They've all, as I've said in many videos, many times, every engine has its pitfalls. This is an awesome engine. But just about every engine, as you may have seen in some recent videos of the 1GD, the rusty injectors that are going to get stuck in there. Someone had to pull the head off to get the injectors out of a 1GD. They've only been around 5 years. Imagine what's going to happen in 7, 9, 11, 13, 17 years. Good luck with that. So get that anti-seize on your injectors in the 1GDs. But back onto this one. These ones have been out, you know, these two, you can see the tips have been gone for ages, and he's got lucky. Why? Because the engine's still running. Now, this is all part of prevention, replacing injectors, cleaning up the throttle body, that sort of thing. But what's happened is you can see fresh brakes on this one and this one. Now, quite often you've seen our videos where we pull the 1KZ injectors out, and the end tip's still there, and I always sort of go, and I've done it plenty of times where there hasn't been photos or videos, whatever. We haven't always got time to make the time to do these videos. So hit the like button for the efforts we're putting in trying to help you all with your maintenance and save your engines. We don't have to do it. We can just let let the engine fail, and we just put it. We're going to make more money from putting an engine in. You know what I mean? You would just might go and do this yourself, whatever. But if you pull these out and you end up like this engine with 2 of those down in the cylinder somewhere, you need to get it out. Well, you don't need to. You can risk it. You can just start it up, and maybe it's going to crush into the piston or the head and stay like that a long time and be a non-issue. Maybe it's going to go out the valve, or maybe it's going to cause a problem. We think that we're doing that much work, we may as well do the extra, and that is pulling these seats under the seats, whatever you want to call them. We'll call them the big seats. They're not the injector seats. I don't actually know the technical name for what that is at the moment. Does anyone know? We're all nodding out, whatever, mate, you know. We want to call it the seat, but it's not the seat, because there is a little seat that goes under the injector. That there, that's the injector seat in this case, under a 1KZ. This is the whatever, right? That's the big seat. We're going to call it the big seat and the little seat, right, to keep it simple, right? So you have to pull these out to make the hole a bit bigger so that we can hopefully get that out. It's a lot of mucking around. It can be very time consuming because it's not magnetic, right? You've just got to sort of muck around. Look, what we've found the most successful is just being persistent with time. So compressed air, so have someone blowing air this way, that way, try different things, and have someone turning out someone else at the same time, turning the engine slowly by hand, and hopefully it just, you know, with everyone moving around, it gets in a position and a bit of luck and it just blows out the hole. So how many hours of luck do you try before you go, you know what, we should have just pulled the head off? Or then, do you pull the head off, or do you risk it for the biscuit? Do you just run the engine and, you know what I mean? You know, so this is the whole decision phase where you go, how much time do you spend trying to get it out? Or do you risk it for the biscuit? Or do you pull the head off straight away, not waste any time? But then you're doing major repairs, major works for what? For a couple of little things that'll probably be okay. So personally, I think, you know, a couple of hours trying to get them out. If nothing happens, then you put it back together and you risk it. Worst case scenario, I think the engine's going to start and run anyway, but who knows, a year or 2 or 3 years down the track, you have a more major failure. But, you know, what else could you do? Because pulling the head off, you're paying for half the bloody rebuild anyway. You know what I mean? So it's a balance. So you can put in the comments what you think or what you did, or if you've had any of these issues. But it's a big warning here. If you've got a 1KZ, it's probably too late, but better late than never. Get the bloody glow plugs out. We do sell the glow plugs and the injector kit together. We don't sell glow. Unfortunately, I'm way too busy. I can't just supply all the small bits and pieces on their own. I've said that before. But if you're buying a BFE kit, we can include glow plugs. That's how this job started off. It was a BFE kit, and he wanted glow plugs. And then I said, how many cars? It might be wise to change injectors as well. So injectors have been added to it, and a couple other things, you know, the MAP filter and the usual sorts of things like that. They are in short supply sometimes, so you need to be patient. Get your order in. You may need to wait. Monday's parts day, text message, that sort of thing. If you're around Melbourne and you want to get your vehicle into these guys, look, usually this doesn't happen, okay? But lately we've had a bit of bad luck. It's happened a few times, maybe as the vehicles are getting older. So the warning is, get in there ASAP. You've got to loosen these off, and once you get them moving, you need to bring them out ever so gently, which is what we do. But this time got unlucky with those two. It could be some carbon that's got that little tip stuck in there, and it just, because literally sometimes we take them out, you know, bring it out really gently, sit it on, I won't even sit on the bench, I'll just go like this and it falls off. That's how easy it is, and that's why then when we've done some videos, check out the 1K, I don't know, look, might be under injector information. I don't know if we've got a 1KZ playlist. We probably need one. Maybe might make that now after this video. But then I'll start going like that, and you know, you'll see a bit more come off. But in this case, they're already gone. So that was the warning, guys. Just wanted to let you know. There might be other videos showing you with more information how we got these tips out. So subscribe, turn the bell on. As I said earlier, most wise people have already done that. That's a video. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Stay tuned for the next one. See ya.